Hello and welcome to another episode of Inside the Blueskull. Today, I'm just going to try to do a quick little touch-up on Mr. Martian Manhunter. This is from the Todd McFarlane Toys Multiverse. This is the Martian Manhunter Rebirth Edition. I don't know if there's been any change to him since this particular style. But I'm going to do just a little bit of highlights to him. Not much. I might do a wash around his torso and arm to deepen or to bring up the contrast on it. And then I'm going to do some light dry brushing on anything that is black, and that might be it. I think I'm going to do a little bit of touch up here and there on the red of his costume, so stay tuned. Okay, got a few colors picked out. I got my flat brushes, what I like to use for dry brushing, and I've already got a little bit of yellow already on this already. That's awesome. Let's see if I can't get that on. Alright, like I said, I was going to just do highlights on this using the flat brush. Going to do a little bit of his cape. I'm going to try to kind of keep it maybe a little comic booky, where you anything black gets a blue hue to it. So I'm just going to kind of do just barely just some of the tops here. Might do a little bit of back and forth on front of his boots here to give it that slightly rounded look. The red I'm going to touch up here and there and make it brighter at certain points to make it look a little bit more three-dimensional. Alright, let's start throwing some blue in here. Let's start with a dark, just maybe to see a dark blue. Right now this is navy blue. I have no idea, just know it's dark blue. That might be enough or not enough to do anything. Again, dry brushing. The least amount of wet paint that you're applying. You want the least amount of wet paint on your brush. So we'll lift that up. We'll just do a quick pass, just hitting that top layer. And I am not seeing a lot of difference. Not enough for what I wanted to do. So we will go with a lighter blue. I may have to do some mixing. And so these are acrylic. This is a cobalt. Let's see what it looks like. That's pretty bright. So again, you want your brush to be clean and as dry as possible. We'll get some paint and get it into the bristles here. Not a lot, just some. And then we'll go back and say, let's see what it looks like here. I may do a second layer on top of this and a brighter, lighter blue. And that will give it some more definition. So right now I'm not seeing a super bunch of it. I'm not seeing what I want. There's some. The camera's picking up way brighter than it actually is. It doesn't necessarily look like that. So I'm going to go with just the tiniest bit of a brighter, lighter blue. This is a island blue. So we just barely want to hit the highlights. Yeah, the camera's picking us way up. It does not look like this in real life. That's amazing. So everybody's like, good God, you've painted him blue. And maybe I did, but that's not what I'm seeing here. So I'm going to try to hit a little bit of this. I don't know if there's supposed to be some different color or not here. And let's see if we can't mix some of the navy and the island blue. Let's see what that does. Make sure you get enough of the paint off. Yeah, it's still so bright on the camera. It is not. It is way more muted. That's amazing. Alright, so let's see about hitting a little bit of his shoulder pads. Alright, we'll leave that be. We'll hit it with the blow dryer to make sure we kind of lock some of that in. I don't know, I feel like I need to do... Alright, let's give him some heat with the blow dryer. Have him dry just a little bit, and then we'll try to work on his cape. Put that under the blow dryer for a few minutes. Okay, we are back. I just found out something interesting just recently. I had a power outage yesterday in the middle of this project. I found out that I cannot run a hair dryer and the air conditioning unit at the same time. So it's now the following day. Had to figure a couple things out, but we're good now. So I guess I'll get back to work. Wanted to finish this up. We were working on Martian Manhunter, trying to do some highlights. I can't say that I'm fully loving what I have done. Even on screen it looks brighter than what it is, but I'm gonna try a couple more things. Let's get back into doctoring up Martian Manhunter. Alright, I think what I'm gonna do is do a little bit more blue highlight. Even though I'm not super crazy about it, I'm just gonna try something and just see if I like it or not. I am going to use a brighter blue, this island blue. I'm just going to try to hit. I'm not really worried about trying to dry brush, but I'm not going to use a lot of paint on this, just to see what happens. And his pant material is slightly textured, and since Martian Manhunter is since he is a shapeshifter, I would guess this is his actual flesh. Just wanted to pretend that any highlight here might show up, or any of the texture might show up as wrinkles. Yeah, not sure if I love this or not, but I can live with it. Again, it's just going on my shelf. Give it that slight comic, cartoony lighting. I do like that slight smirk that he has on his face. Alright, I think I might be good with that. Let's see. I do want to do some highlights on his cape. So we'll take a look at Purple Pizzazz. This is still acrylic. That might be just bright enough for that, or light enough. We'll go for using a wide brush. Again, it's not wet, it's dry. And we want to do dry brushing as well. Sometimes you just kind of have to test it out to see how well it's taking, and find out that you may want to use more wet paint to make sure enough of it transfers. I don't know, can you spot any of that? It's so weird. Lighting is screwing with that. Yeah, this shows up blue on camera. It's actually kind of a dark purple, and you can just probably barely make out just some of it. I think I want to lighten that even more. I'll do another go at it just on the top half of it, since that would be closer to the light source. See what this does. I cannot imagine what that would be like to be a shapeshifter and able to produce a big, fleshy cape. That actually sounds very gross. Yep, that's enough. Yeah, you can kind of tell there. That's good enough for me. Alright, I want to do the wash before I do any of the red. I'm not exactly sure how that's gonna work. So I'm going to try to stick with the underside when trying this out. So you want to thin out your material, whatever you're using. This is just water and acrylic paint again. But I need to be sure that it's just not going to bead up like this. I want it to be, the consistency to be a little thicker than that. And again, some of these paints just cover very strangely from one color to the next. Normally, I think I probably should have done the wash first, because now I'm afraid I might wipe off something that I've already done that I want to keep. I don't want to wipe off any of the blue, even though I'm not super crazy about it. Alright. So I think that's pretty good in coverage. We'll try to dry this off. Okay, now we need alcohol. So sometimes I like using a rag. Paper towels work just fine. We're using a low percentage alcohol. Again, I find using anything with a higher percentage can sometimes mess up the paint apps or make them soft, or you might be able to wipe them off. It depends on the manufacturing. But yeah, alcohol I find works pretty well. It just seems to clean it better than water would, or does. Where water can just kind of spread it around, the alcohol seems to clean it. This is not shaping up too great using this particular method right now. Or I'm not getting the full effect that I thought that I would. Try to use a Q-tip to get in these areas here. Oh, that's not bad. I don't know, I'm kind of okay with that. Although it looks very blotchy on the camera, because that green is super popping. I might just do another quick thin wash on the rest of it so it kind of matches just some. Yeah, it's looking. It looks okay. I'm not madly in love with this. I think what I'm gonna do. Another Q-tip. I'm trying to hit some of these high points. I think what I'm gonna do is come back with a lighter green, brighter green, to maybe hit his arm some, so I can get this to kind of match that, because right now it's very segmented. I mean, you can definitely tell where I've been and what's not been messed with on this. Okay, let's find some brighter green. Make sure all the alcohol is drowned. Alright, so we got a brighter green. Citrus. Okay, we'll just use citrus. Again, this is acrylic paint using a flat brush. Now let's see if we can't ruin this. Yep, that is too wet. Yep, don't like that at all. Well, it's not terrible. I'm kind of okay with that. Alright, moving on. Let's see if we can do this red. What I was thinking about doing is just trying to connect, I guess show that it's made of something, and this is awfully muted. Of course you are trying to do detail work in a factory. I just want the red to be a little bit more brighter than it is. On camera it doesn't even look like you can tell if I'm doing anything. What I am doing is not, I have no idea if it's even accurate to what he looks like in the comic books. I guess the only thing I'm really trying to do is just punch it up just a little bit here and there. Okay, well, I think I can really actually say that I'm kind of done with this. I just wanted to spice them up just a tiny bit. Okay. Alright, we're going to hit them with the blow dryer. Alright, that's calling it a wrap on Martian Manhunter. There's some slight success and some not so slight success to this. But I did what I set out to do. Still a good looking figure. I don't believe that I have completely ruined him. And we'll see what else we can work on. That's going to be it for this particular episode. And hopefully you'll join me back for more. Thanks for watching.